So we're going to talk about enzymes today. And so what are enzymes? Enzymes are biological catalysts. They are found in all living things, and they are substances that will speed up a reaction without themselves actually being altered or unchanged.
Okay, so how would we describe an enzyme? Well, an enzyme is a protein. And as we know already, that proteins are made of amino acids. And the order of the amino acids determines the shape of the protein. The enzyme will interact with what's called a substrate. So enzymes and substrates sort of come together. And we're going to do an experiment later on with using the sugar lactose, which is found in milk. So sugars have the OSE ending. And enzymes are named based upon the substrate they act on. So lactose is the substrate, and the enzyme is lactase. And so lactase breaks down lactose. And if you notice, enzyme has the ASE ending.
So what you see in front of you is a diagram of an enzyme bonding to a substrate, and it's showing the reaction from start to finish. So what I'd like for you to do is just take a second on your notes and draw out the diagram, and then we're going to draw that on the board in just a little while and explain what's happening.
Okay, so these diagrams we don't want you to copy down, but what we do want to explain to you is why enzymes are so important. So they're biological catalysts, which means they speed up reaction rates. And the way they do it is they lower the activation energy. So imagine yourself going up a slide. Okay, which one would be easier to go up? A tall slide or a lower slide? And of course, the shorter slide is going to be easy to climb up. And that's sort of what enzymes do, is they lower that activation energy, which means that it's not going to take as much energy for that chemical reaction to occur.
So it's the shape of the enzyme that really determines how it works. And so when an enzyme fits to a substrate, it's like a lock and key. And if the shape of that enzyme changes in any way, we call that denaturing. So when it changes, it doesn't fit the key, so then it doesn't work well. So there are things in your body, there are things in nature that actually cause denaturing. That's change in temperature and change in pH. So colder temperatures will slow down an enzyme, but higher temperatures actually will denature the enzyme, change its shape completely, just make it not work. Same with pH. Enzymes work at an optimal or perfect pH, and if that pH isn't right, then the enzyme just isn't going to work.
All right, so here's a test that every single one of you guys had. When you were newborns, you actually had a PKU test. And PKU is a test done to check whether the newborn has an enzyme that is needed to use phenylalanine, which is an amino acid, in his or her body. So if the baby's body does not have that enzyme that changes phenylalanine to a different amino acid, then that phenylalanine can build up in the blood and it can cause severe damage to the baby, brain damage, seizures, and mental deficiencies. Okay, so hopefully you guys have a little bit of better idea of what enzymes are. So remember, they're proteins and they speed up reactions. And what we're going to do next is we're going to do a couple tutorials to give you even a better idea of what they work or what they are and how they work. So click on the links below this video and do those tutorials.